Live from the fuel tank in Fishers, Indiana, right outside of Indianapolis, as Owensboro starts a second game of the T-Bird Memorial Classic Tournament. We won our first game last night, 4-1 over Valparaiso High School, and we're getting ready to take on the Indy South Stars. And evidently, after talking to some of the folks in the lobby, there was several folks that were very surprised that Owensboro beat Valpo, because evidently Valpo was supposed to be the team to beat, or at least in their perspective. So let's see if our guys got any energy today. A short bench. Owensboro's wearing our blues today. Starting for Rampage is Biddle, Baker, Ratuzny, Couture, and McFarland. Buck's about ready to drop. And we're off. Owensboro wins face-off, comes back to Couture. He's able to dump it. Goes behind the net. Biddle chases it down in the corner. Gets it taken away. But we stopped it. Baker gets in there, knocks it back down to Biddle. Biddle sends it out to Baker. Baker sends it across. Tries to take a shot. Comes off the goalie. Ratuzny is battling for it. He keeps it in the zone. Couture's, it'll knock it out. Couture gets in there and smacks it back. McFarland picks it up in the defensive zone, takes it behind the net, stops, looks for a man, sends it out. Gets intercepted. And it comes back to Couture. He sets something up. He sends it out to Biddle. Biddle takes it in the offensive zone, sends it back to Baker. Burke comes in and takes a shot. So we got Burke, Baker, and Biddle on offense. McFarland and Couture on D. McFarland's got it back at the blue line. He sends it up into the corner. Burke goes in there, sends it back to Baker. Baker takes a shot, and the goalie stops it. All right, with 13:46 to go in the first period, score still 0-0. Owensboro, you're welcome, Dana. Owensboro versus the Indy South Stars. Oh, that one hit the rafters. Couture took a slap shot. One of their sticks got in there and deflected. It went up and hit the rafters. We're going to drop the puck again. Our offensive zone in the right circle. Sends it back to Burke. Burke takes a shot. Goes just a little bit wide left of the post. Couture catches it over on the far wall. Sends it back behind the net. Couture stops another one. He takes it out. He sends it towards the net. He goes right in. Couture with a blue line shot with 13:26 to go in the first period. Owensboro takes a 1-0 lead. Couture. By the way, we're the only team with cheerleaders here, and they've been a hit amongst the parents and the players of the other team. Go! We have Lindsay McFarland on D. We have Rebels, Triplett, and Burke on offense. Triplett takes it from the face-off, gets it out of there, sends it over to Burke. Burke tries to backhand one in, goes a little bit wide. Lindsay's there to stop it. He sends it back towards the net. They intercept it and get it out of there. They're on a run now, but our defense catches up. By the way, Jake Siston's in the goal for the Rampage. McFarland picks it up, maintains control, sends it around the wall to Rebels. Rebels kicks it out to Triplett. We got Triplett and Burke. Triplett's going to go, takes a shot, and goalie stops it. All right, we have 12:47 to go in the first period. Owensboro leads 1-0. Switching out our lines now, we have Whited, Wilkins, and Reel. By the way, for those of you that don't know, Cameron Reel is playing for us this weekend. And we have Couture and Lindsay on D. Puck comes out of the... Lindsay's got it. He sends it towards the net. Wilkins tries to knock one in. And the Stars come up with it. Gets it out of the zone, comes into the neutral zone. Couture sends it over to Wilkins. He sends it over, well, gets kicked back. Wilkins able to dump it back behind the net. Whitehead's going to chase it down. Oh, gets past Wilkins, comes back to Couture, and Jake Sisner gets the goal. All right, 12:15 to go in the first period. Owensboro leads 1-0. First goal was Bo Couture. Blue line shot. He's playing D for us this weekend. After the face-off, puck comes back. Reel picks it up, sends it over to Lindsay. Lindsay takes it behind the net, stops, changes direction, sends it off the wall to Whited. Whited sends it out across the ice to Wilkins. Wilkins tips it. Wilkins Whited sends it in front of the net. Lindsay stops it, kicks it back in. Still maintains it, keeps it in the zone. They were able to come in and knock it out. All right, we have Biddle back on the ice. Biddle, Whited. Whited goes out, Reel goes out. We have Biddle, Baker, Rutuzny, Lindsay, and Couture on the ice. Couture picks it up, takes it in the offensive zone. Goes around his man, tries to send it in front of the net. Sends it back to the corner. Take a shot, goes back behind the net. Baker picks it up in the corner, sends it back behind the net again. Rutuzny's there, he shoots it, and, well, tips it up, and it hits the net. So we're going to drop the puck on the offensive zone. 11:02 to go in the first period. Owensboro leads 1-0. All right, we have McFarland and Couture on D. We have Baker, Biddle, and Rutuzny on offense. Couture sends it across ice to McFarland. McFarland's got it. He's going to chase it into the corner. Try to send it out in front of the net. Baker's there and slam one in. Gets it knocked away. Rutuzny kicks it back behind the net. We weren't able to stop it. They get it out of the zone. McFarland's got it. He's going to set something up, do his magic that he does. And they're going to call an icing on that one, take that to the other end. Okay, with 10:37 to go in the first period, Owensboro has a 1-0 lead over the Indy South Stars. We have Burke, Rebels, and Triplet on offense. We have McFarland and Couture on D. Go, 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 go. He's not going to be able to get there. Gully stops it. 10:29 to go in the first period. Owensboro leads 1-0. We have Revels, Triplet, Burke, Couture, and McFarland on the ice. So it comes back to McFarland. He sends it over to Couture. Couture sends it up along the wall to the corner. Triplet gets in there and takes it away. Still maintain control. He sends it. He sends it in front of the net. Burke wasn't able to tip it in. Couture takes a slap shot from the blue line. It was straight on line, but the goalie was able to block it. Couture knocks another one away. McFarland's going to chase it down, fight in the corner. He gets checked in the wall, still maintains control, sends it around. Burke picks it up. Ooh, nice. Burke's a force. Couture's got it. He sends it across ice to Rebels. Rebels tips it. Gets in the offensive zone. South picks it up, they send it around the wall. McFarland steals it, waits for his man to get out, sends it across ice. Burke tried to keep it in the zone, but that was an offside, so we're going to drop the puck right there. We have 9:32 to go in the first period. Owensboro leads 1-0. We have Wilkins, Whited, and Reel on offense. We have McFarland and Lindsay on D. Goes back to Lindsay. Lindsay sends it across to Wilkins, to McFarland. McFarland's able to dump it. Whited can chase it down. He sends it in front of the net to Wilkins. Wilkins gets 2 shots. Reel's there. He tries to poke it in, and he gets loose. Whited is there. He sends it back to Lindsay at the blue line. Lindsay sends it. Well, Lindsay takes a slap shot. Oh, almost went in. Gets deflected, and they get it out of the zone. McFarland's got it now. Paddling on the wall. Reel comes in, takes it away. He's going to set something up now. Sends it back to McFarland. McFarland's there. He takes a slap shot. Reel's there. Oh! And he goes in. All right, with 8:47 to go in the first period, Owensboro takes a 2-0 lead. Still have McFarland and Lindsay on D. We have Biddle, Baker, and Ratuzny forwards. Puck comes out of there. Baker's got it. He takes a shot. It's the top corner of the goalie's. Ratuzny jumps in there and knocks one in. Owensboro takes a 3-0 lead with 8:38 to go in the first period. Oh, they called the goal off. All right. Okay, so I guess not. So we still have a 2-0 lead. We drop the puck again. It goes back to McFarland. McFarland sends it over to Lindsay. Lindsay sends it back to McFarland. McFarland sends it up to Biddle, just a little bit ahead of him. Goes off in the corner. They send it around the wall. Ratuzny picks it up, sends it back behind the net again. Got Ratuzny and Biddle. Ratuzny, Biddle, Baker. Baker tries to knock one in. He sends it across the Biddle to Ratuzny, and the goalie stops it. Okay, with 7:52 to go in the first period, Owensboro leads 2-0 over the Indy South Stars. Switch out our lines. We have Revels, Triplett, and Burke back in on offense. We have Couture and McFarland on D. I love that, Kurt. Comes back to Burke, sends it over to McFarland, to Couture. Couture sends it up back behind the net, goes around the corner. Triplett's there to stop him, and he does. Goes up to Revels, and they get it out of the zone. McFarland sends it up to Burke. Burke's got a 1-on or 2-on-1 going here. Got it knocked away. It was a little bit ahead of him. All right, Triplett's there. He sends it back to Burke. Burke sends it across to Triplett. Gets just a little bit ahead of him. Couture sends it back behind the net to Burke. Burke sends it up towards the goal. And Triplett knocks one in. George Triplett scores, and they're not going to call this one off. So with 7:04 to go in the first period, Owensboro takes a 3-0 lead. Wilkins, Reel, and Whited on offense. We have McFarland and Couture on D. And the puck comes out of there. Wilkins gets it in the offensive zone, takes it into the corner, sends it over to Whited, and Whited knocks one in. All right, Owensboro takes a 4-0 lead with 6:55 to go in the first period. Couture comes up with it on D. After the face-off, he sends it up to Wilkins. And he was able to tip it, so it's not an icing. They send it around, get it out of the zone. It comes back to Couture again. Couture sends it over to Lindsay. They knock it away from Lindsay. Couture picks it up behind the net. He sends it into the neutral zone. White is there to take it away. He sends it back in front of the net again. Wilkins sends it back up to Reels to Whited. Oh, just barely missed an opportunity. Lindsay sends it up to the corner again to Whited. Comes back to Couture. Couture sends it back up to the corner.
Look before you pass!
They're going to call an icing on that one, bring that back to the other end. So 5:54 to go in the first period. Owensboro leads 4-0. My money'd be on Jake. All right, we have Couture and Lindsay on D. Kutuzny, Baker. Lindsay takes a shot. Get a rebound. Baker sends back to Lindsay. Oh, and he lost it. I'm not sure what he's doing there. A little bit of hard passing. Baker picks this up. Lindsay picks it up. Gets it out to Biddle, to Baker, back to Biddle. Bertuzzi picks it up. Battle in the corner, send it towards the net. And it comes out of there. McFarland comes back in on D. He picks it up, sends it over to Lindsay. Lindsay sends it out to Baker. Baker picks it up, gets it into the offensive zone. We're going to call an offsides on that one and drop the puck right there at the blue line. With 4:51 to go in the first period, Owensboro has a 4-0 lead. By the way, we kind of expected that this was going to be an easier game. Carmel Blue beat this Indy South team yesterday 8-1. Puck comes back to McFarland, goes out to Burke. Burke's able to dump it. Rebels is in the corner. He sends it over to Burke. He sends it in front of the net.
Get off your stick! Right again, here you go! To the point.
Way to take someone out, Jackson. All right, 4:09 to go in the first period. Owensboro leads 4-0. All right, Rebels, Triplett, and Burke, Lindsay, and McFarland on the eye. McFarland picks it up, sends it around to Rebels. He sends it back to Lindsay. Lindsay's got it. He changes direction. Looks for an open man. Rebels picks it up, gets it tucked away. Lindsay sends it back to McFarland. McFarland sends it around to Burke. Oh, several guys missing the puck today. Out to Whited. Whited gets it. He's able to dump it back behind the net. Whited goes all the way across the ice, picks it up again. Reels comes in. He's got it. He takes it down. He sends it over to McFarland. McFarland tries a one-timer. Didn't get full control of it. Oh, Wilkins almost had him one there. McFarland's got it. He sends it over to Wilkins. Wilkins takes another shot. Able to deflect it. McFarland sends it around the wall. Comes back to Whited. And South is able to knock it out of the zone. We have Biddle, Baker. Lindsay sends it over to Biddle. Biddle gets to take it away. Bertuzzi's back in. McFarland and Lindsay on D. Lindsay's battling for it. Lindsay comes up with it. He sends it out to Biddle. Biddle is able to dump it out and get it out of the zone. Bertuzzi's going to try to race this one down. They send it back. Baker picks it up, dumps it. Oh. Baker sends it back to McFarland. McFarland slap shot. Gully's able to deflect it. Bertuzzi comes in, shoots another one up. Oh, glove save. And a shot from Couture. All right, 1:06 to go in the first period. Owensboro leads 4-0. Comes back to McFarland to Couture. Couture dumps it, goes back behind the net. Triplett, Revels, and Burke are on the ice at the moment. Triplett's got it. He takes a shot, bounces off the goalie. Burke picks it up, sends it in front of the net, and Stars come up with it. Revels has got it. He sends it back to Couture. Couture sends it over to McFarland. McFarland sends it up to Burke. Burke gets in the offensive zone. Triplett's there. He's going to take a shot, and that one, that's what you call bar down. That goal goes in. 27.7 seconds to go in the first period. Owensboro takes a 5-0 lead. Burke, Triplett, Rebels on offense, Couture, and McFarland on D. Burke gets it, sends it back to McFarland. McFarland sends it back to Burke. Burke tips it, gets it into the offensive zone. They weren't able to keep it there. Couture comes up with it. He sends it towards the net. The goalie stops it right there, so they're going to just blow the whistle, drop the puck. 9.2 seconds to go in the first period. Owensboro leads 5-0. Oh, Rebels almost had him one. Couture's there. He takes a shot. Comes loose. And there's your buzzer. At the end of the first period, Owensboro leads 5-0 over the Indy South Stars.
Oh.
Alright, here we go. Start the second period. Jake's in this goal for Owensboro. We have Lindsay and Couture on D. Well, no, I don't know why Lindsay's out there. Couture and McFarland on D. Whited, Wilkins. No, Whited, Wilkins and Real offense. Couture sends it around, dumps it. They kick it back out. Couture picks it back up, sends it across to McFarland. Because they're trying to stop it. Real comes in there, does stop it. Oh, and he gets flattened. But he jumps right back up, sends it back to McFarland, and goes off into the corner. I think that was a little bit of payback from Real after getting demolished on that last play. Yeah, they may start getting physical here. Comes back to Couture at the blue line. He sends it back down the wall. Whitey gets in there and trashes that kid. Reels picks it up. Goes around the corner, sends it in front of the net. Couture's there. Gets up in the corner, sends it behind the net. We didn't have anybody on that side. Whitey was able to keep it in the zone, but they're going to call a penalty. A slashing on Wilkins. That's the first penalty of the game. Did he do it? I didn't see it. So. All right, for the first penalty of the game with 13:59 to go in the second period. Owensboro leads 5-0. We're going to be on a penalty kill. On the ice now we have Baker, Biddle, McFarland, and Lindsay. Comes back to McFarland, to Lindsay. Oh! To Biddle. Baker's able to get it out of the zone. Comes back to McFarland. He's going to ice this, and he does. Oh, steal from Baker. Baker shoots and scores. All right, shorthanded goal from Garrett Baker with 1:16 to go in the penalty kill. Owensboro now leads 6-0 with 12:14 to go in the second period. That was beautiful. All right, we have Burke and Triplett now up front. McFarland and Lindsay on D. Puck comes back to McFarland. He sends it back up to Triplett. They take it away, but Triplett gets it back. He's still going. He sends it up to Burke. Burke's got a one-on-one here. He gets it tipped away. Here come the Stars. All right, good D. McFarland sends one out to Triplett. He's got a one-on-one. Oh! I'm going to call it slashing on South Stars now. right, so with 45 seconds left in our penalty, now there's a penalty on the South Stars. Owensboro leads 6-0. Do what?
Nick had a 5 minute.
Oh, Nick had a 5 minute? All right, puck comes back to Lindsay. Lindsay sends it up towards the net. Bertuzzi comes over and picks it up.
No way, we scored it.
Oh, almost got a tip in from Rebels. I think they're going to call a cross check on South Stars now. They're getting a little angry and getting very, very physical. So 12:22 to go in this second period. Owensboro leads 6-0. We now have a 4-on-3 opportunity here. Looks like. Lindsay, McFarland, Biddle, and Baker up front. Puck comes back to McFarland. McFarland sends it over to Lindsay. Lindsay takes a shot. Oh, almost got a tip in. Oh, and he gets past him. Lindsay sends it over to McFarland. McFarland picks it up, sends it to Baker. Baker gets it in the neutral zone, sends it back to McFarland. McFarland's got it. Trying to set something up. Sends it up to Biddle. Biddle tries to knock it in. Oh, didn't get there. Comes back to Baker. Baker's got it. He sends it over to McFarland. McFarland back to Baker, or to Biddle, and Biddle knocks it in. All right, Owensboro now leads 7-0 with 11:44 to go in the second period. We have Couture and Lindsay on D, Baker, Biddle, and Bertuzzi up front. And we're still on a power play. Puck comes back to Lindsay. Lindsay's, sends it straight to a South Star. He intercepts it, but Couture gets there, takes it away. Couture comes up with it. Baker picks it up. It's in the offensive zone. Goes around 1-2. Sends it in front of the net. Sends it over to Couture. Couture sends it back to Bertuzzi. To Baker. Gets it tipped away. They send it back. Lindsay's, I don't know what's wrong with him today. Goes behind the net. Sends it out to Baker. Lindsay to Biddle. Biddle takes it in the offensive zone. Oh! We've done that how many times? We're just passing to the other team repeatedly. And Baker gets in there and knocks the rebound in. So with 10:42 to go in the second period, Owensboro now leads 8-0. We have Whited, Rebels, and Couture, McFarland, and Wilkins on the ice.
Come on, Stars. Come on, Riley.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't see it. All right, well, Trevor's in the penalty box, so he got a penalty for something, and I don't know what. So we're on a penalty kill. Did you see what happened with Trevor?
No, I have no idea.
That would be my guess. McFarland takes one away. Burn a little clock, sends it back to Couture. Couture sends it back to McFarland. McFarland sends it across to Whited. Whited gets into the offensive zone. They send it out. Couture picks it up. Sends it across ice to McFarland. Oh. Couture picks it up in the corner. Stars come up with it, but Real steals it. Real's got a 1-on-2 here. Goes around the one man, goes in, waits for somebody to come up, sends it over to, Whited, and sends it to a Star. McFarland steals another one. He sends it back to Couture, back to McFarland. He flips it through the center as we've got switch out coming. Couture gets it out of zone again. We got Burke, Triplett on the ice with McFarland and Couture. Ooh, bad bounce on that one. Okay, Couture comes up with it, sends it to Burke. Burke sends it out to Triplett. Triplett's going to beat this man to the back of the net. Goes in there, looks for somebody in front of it. Oh, Burke was there to knock it in, but wasn't able. And here come the Stars. They take a shot, and Jake jumps on top of it. Jake's doing a great job, but he hadn't seen a lot of action today. All right, Owensboro leads 8-0 with 8:35 to go in the second period. McFarland picks it up, sends it out to Burke. The Stars knock it away. Burke tries to chase it back down. Comes all the way back to Couture. Couture sends it over to McFarland. McFarland to Rebels. Rebels gets it off to Triplett. Triplett takes a shot. Gets knocked away. Burke picks it up in the corner. He sends it across ice to Triplett. Triplett's there. He sends it back to Biddle. And Stars come up with it. They've got a 1-on-1 here, but I don't think that's going to last very long because McFarland knocked it away. All right, we have Baker, Biddle, Ratuzny, Lindsay, McFarland on the ice. 7:49 to go in the second period. Owensboro leads 8-0. Jake stops another one. Farland battling behind the net. Jake stops one. 7:35 to go in the second period. Owensboro leads 8-0. Baker takes it away after the face-off, sends it out to Triplett. Ratuzny, Ratuzny sends it back to Baker. Baker sends it in front of the net to Biddle. He'll try to tip it in there. Baker tries to take a shot. Baker's got it. He takes it all the way out. He sends it across ice to McFarland. Oh, and that gets out of the zone. Baker picks it up, sends it over to McFarland. Sends it back to Baker. Baker sends it up to Ratuzny. Ratuzny takes a shot and he goes in. All right, 7:01 to go in the game. In the second period, Owensboro leads 9-0. All right, we have Wilkins, Whited, Real in now with McFarland and Lindsay on D. After the face-off, puck comes back to Lindsay. Lindsay's got it. Oh! Jake stops another one. Oh! He took a punch. And they're not going to call anything on that? After play was dead, one of their players just came up and punched Eric Whited. It comes back to Real. We have Real and Couture on D. Whited, Wilkinson's got one. Oh, I got ahead of him. Oh, we weren't able to stop that one. McFarland, Couture, Real, Wilkins, and Whited on the ice now. Couture sends it back over to McFarland. Oh, McFarland lost it. Problem with playing a sloppy team like we're playing is it sometimes makes you sloppy. All right, we send it out to the middle of the ice to Wilkins. Wilkins sends it up. Hey. McFarland takes a shot and it goes in. All right, we're in double figures now. As Owensboro takes a 10-0 lead with 5 minutes and 50 seconds to go just in the second period. Rebels triplet Burke on offense, Couture and McFarland on D. Well, we have a 10-point lead, so the clock's supposed to just keep on running, but it's not. Rebels gets in there, knocks it up to Triplet. Still battling for it. Burke gets in there, knocks it away. Triplet comes up with it. He sends it back to the corner. Couture's got it. He takes a shot. Oh, glove save from their goalie. 5:20 and counting to go in the second period. Owensboro leads 10-0. Triplet takes a shot, gets deflected. Burke gets tripped. They don't call anything. Comes back to Couture, to Revels, and South. Good job, Jake. Jake is just so calm. All right, McFarland's got it. He sends it over on the wall. Triplet picks it up, flips it up and over to Burke. Gets it out of the zone to Rebels. Oh, and Rebels gets checked down. Oh, McFarland was able to keep it in the zone, but it ends up coming out. He sends it up to Rebels. Oh, and Rebels tried to get one to Burke. Gonna call an offsides on that one and stop and drop right there. All right, with 3 minutes and 50 seconds and a running clock, Owensboro leads 10-0 in the second period over the Indy South Stars. All right, with Couture and McFarland on D, we have Biddle, Baker, and Ratuzny on up front. Baker comes up with it, sends it across ice to Biddle. Biddle picks it up in the corner, battling, sends it back to Baker. Got it intercepted. Couture tried to stop the blue line, wasn't able to. Biddle picks it up, sends it to Couture, or Ratuzny. Just barely missed it. And they were able to get this one out. Bo picks it up, sends it over to McFarland, back to Bo Couture. Couture sends it up to Baker. Baker takes it around the net. Oh, that was almost perfect. And their goalie stops it. I kind of feel sorry for their goalie. We've pounded him today. All right, 2 minutes and 30 seconds and counting on the clock. With Owensboro leads 10-0 in the second period. Wilkins, Reel, and Whited back in. Couture and McFarland on D. Reel sends it to Whited. And they knock it away. They're going to call an icing on that one. Bring that to the other end and face off down there. After the face-off, Reel sends it back to Couture. Couture takes a shot. Goalie stops it. 1:19 and counting in the second period. Owensboro is up 10-0 over the Indy South Stars. All right, we have Lindsay back in from McFarland. The offense stays the same. Face off. Wilkins gets in there, tries to steal it. Reel does get it back. He sends it over to Couture. Couture dumps it back into the corner. Oh, and it flops and goes. And Reel gets it. The puck was just rolling across and wide open. Reel just knocks it in. So Owensboro leads 11-0 with 40 seconds and counting in the second period. And I think these South Star kids are wondering why the clock's not running faster. Puck comes back to Couture after the face-off. He sends it up and bounces off the board. Whited dumps it back behind the net. Wilkins chases, gets in there, tries to get a quick shot, and the goalie stops it. And there's your buzzer. That's the end of the end of the second period. We'll start the third period now. Owensboro leads 11-0. Hey, did we find out who won the other game on the other side? Carmel or Valpo? No, this is going to be a fast 15 minutes. It's a running clock.
I'm happy married. I don't want to go. So it's bad. step out in the corner for a little bit.
Okay, for those of you that just joined, Owensboro leads 11-0, starting the third period against the Indy South Stars. It is a running clock now since we have such a big lead. So it should be over in 15 minutes. We have Baker and Lindsay on D, Burke, Triplet, and Revels on offense. Alright, after the face-off, Baker picks it up, sends it back to Rebels. Triplet's able to tip it. Oh. Sure what's wrong with Jackson today. His stick just doesn't want to be on the ice. It's an icing, they can bring it to the other end. Alright, with 14 minutes and 20 seconds and a running clock, Owensboro leads 11-0 in the third period against the Indianapolis South Stars. Burke's able to tip it out to Triplet. Triplet's got a run out here. One on nobody. Takes a shot. Rebels comes in, gets the rebound, and knocks it in. So Owensboro takes a 12-0 lead with a running clock and 13 minutes and 55 seconds to go. Lindsay sends it up to Biddle. To Burke. No, it is Biddle. Biddle, Rutuzny, Baker, Farland, Lindsay. Lindsay sends it up to Biddle. Sends it up. And they knock it out. Biddle picks it up at the blue line. Over to McFarland to Biddle. Oh, that was right there. Baker picks it up. Sends it across ice to McFarland. Back to Biddle. He takes a shot. Bounces off somebody. Goes Rutuzny, picks it up. Sends it over to Baker. Oh, and Baker loses it. It's been a day for that. Lindsay sends it along the wall to McFarland. McFarland gets it. Lindsay, and he keeps it. He takes it in the offensive zone. It's behind the net, shoots. Rutuzny's there battling for it. And glove save from Jake Cisna. All right, 11 minutes and counting. Running clock. Owensboro leads 12-0.
Get into play.
Baker to Wilkins to Whited. Whited to Couture. Oh, just barely offside. I'm going to drop the puck there and face off. Puck comes back to Real. He sends it over to Baker. Baker sends it up the wall to Wilkins. And he's able to dump it into the corner. Gets past Baker. Real picks it up though. Knocks it back down. Comes out to Wilkins. Wilkins sends it over to Couture. Couture takes a shot and the goalie stops it. Alright, 10 minutes and counting. Rolling clock. Owensboro leads 12-0. We have Rebels, Triplet, Burke, Baker, and Real. Rebels kicks it over into the corner, sends it back to Burke. Burke picks it up, sends it back towards the net. Rebels picks it up, sends it up to Triplet for a shot, and still. There's like 3 shots there. Baker picks it up, sends it across ice to Rebels. And South comes up with it. No, Baker was able to save it at the blue line, send it back down again, and wasn't able to save that one. Reels picks this one up back on D. Sends it across ice to Rebels. Rebels to Triplet. Triplet to Burke. Burke takes a shot, and the goalie stops it. All right, 9-minute running clock. Owensboro leads 12-0. Switching out our line again, we got McFarland, Real, Ratuzny, Biddle, and Lindsay on the ice now. After the face-off, they get it out of zone. Real gets it, sends it over to Lindsay. Lindsay sends it up to Ratuzny. He sends it out to McFarland. Real picks it up, sends it over to Biddle. To Real. Lindsay with a slap shot, and it goes in! Yes! Alright, so Jackson gets a goal with 8 minutes to go in the game. The score is 13-0. Comes back to Lindsay after the face-off. Bounces it off the wall, gets it in the zone. Tueson's going to chase it down. Send it in front of the net to Biddle. Oh, and it gets out of the zone. Tueson picks it back up, sends it back to Baker, back on D. Baker to Lindsay. Farland picks it up. He sends it across to Ratuzny, back to Biddle. Face off, puck comes back to Baker. He dumps it into the corner. Couture's there to stop it in the corner, still maintaining control. Goes around the back of the net, changes direction. Sends it in front to Whited. Whited gets a shot, goes just a little bit wide. Wilkins is there. He sends it back to Lindsay. Lindsay takes another slap shot, hits the goalie's pad.
Go to the net!
Couture's there. He sends. Almost got it taken away, but Baker comes up with it. Into the corner. Baker to Wilkins. Wilkins back in front of the net to Baker. His shot goes a little bit wide. Wilkins there, he sends it back to Lindsay. Lindsay sends it up to Whited at the net. Oh, and he almost tipped it in. Wilkins comes up with it. Cross the ice. Gets it out of the zone. Couture comes up with it. Gives it back up to Baker. Baker across. Oh, to Whited. Battle on the wall. Wilkins is able to knock it out of there. But South Stars come up with it. We intercepted in the neutral zone. Whited dumps it again. All right, 5 minutes and change and a running clock. Owensboro leads 13-0. That's an icing. They're going to bring that to the other end. Real, Baker, Burke, Triplet, and Rebels on the ice. Burke takes a shot, goes just a little bit wide of the post. Baker keeps it into the zone. Burke comes up with it. And they're able to knock it out. Baker chases it down. Sends it back to Real. Real up to Rebels. To Triplet. Real keeps it in the zone, comes up with it. Goes by the net. Burke's there, he sends it in front of the net. They try to get a shot off. Triplet sends it back to Baker. Back to Rebels. To Triplet. Gets it taken away. But they knock it back and Baker picks it up. Back to Triplet. To Burke and Rebels. And Burke, nice check. He's able to keep it in the zone, but they knock it out. So Baker picks it up at 3 minutes and 30 seconds and running clock. Triplet's got it 1-on-4. He comes up with it. And I think that one went in. Yeah. All right, I think he's okay, but I think the puck did go in, and that was a Triplet score with 3 minutes and a running clock. Owensboro leads 14-0. All right, we have Lindsay, Baker, Biddle, McFarland, and Ratuzny on the ice. Baker knocks one away. Lindsay goes and picks it up behind the net. Sends it back to Baker. They knock it away. Baker's got it again. Comes out to to Biddle. Got Biddle, McFarland, and Ratuzny. Biddle takes a shot. The goalie stops it. All right, with 2 minutes and 17 seconds and a running clock, Owensboro leads 14-0. Farland picks it up, sends it cross ice to Ratuzny. Ratuzny tries to send it back to McFarland. Oh, and I didn't see that, but Biddle's down on the ice. I think he got checked hard. I didn't see it.
Did you get it on video?
I got it on video, but I didn't see it. I wasn't looking over there at the time. All right, so Biddle's up and skating off. All right, we have Couture, Triplet, Burke, Baker, and Lindsay on the ice. So Baker, or actually Biddle, is being helped off the ice by Coach Baker. Is his foot or ankle or knee or something? After face-off, the puck comes back to Baker. Baker sends it to Triplett. Triplett sends it over to Couture. He dumps it. He goes back behind the net. Burke comes back there. Checks that kid hard. Oh, and then he gets checked back. And he gets checked back again, and they're going to call a penalty. That's how you draw a penalty. Good job, Burke.
Like the third one.
All right, with 1 minute and a running clock, we're on a power play, leading 14-0.
No reason to be nasty. That was perfect. Yeah.
They get it out of the zone. We got 40 seconds to go. Burn a little clock here. Baker picks it up. Sends it. Burke picks it up. Knocks it towards the goal. Couture picks it up in the corner. South Stars come up with it. But Burke steals it. Sends it in front of the net to Couture. Tries to get his shot off, and the goalie stops it. And we've got 14 seconds and a running clock. I think that's going to be the end of the game right there. They're going to take their time getting over there to drop the puck. Yep, that's it. There's your game. Owensboro wins 14-0. Our next game is at, I think, 4:10 our time this afternoon against Carmel Blue. And Carmel Blue looks like a pretty good team. So, see you guys later.